Can that go anywhere else? No. I wonder if I can shrink it. No. So it just has to sit there. Ooh, yuck. Alright, well, I can sit there. G'day guys, welcome back to another live stream here in this lovely little studio. It's very, very exciting. I'm feeling great today. Hey David, how you doing? My morning coffee wasn't great. I'm tired because my bed's too soft. Breakfast, there's nothing to write home about, but regardless of all this stuff, I'm in such a good mood. Pink, hello, how you doing? Sorry for disappearing for the weekend, guys. I had a fantastic event I wanted to get to, and I got to it and had a great time. And I did some outdoor painting. Now, I've shown you the one we did of Abraham Lincoln, which we completely lost. So, Pink, if you've seen that, and Maximilius, hello. Where's Seb? Seb's here. Seb's here. What do you mean? What? I am excited. I'm very, very excited. So, had a fantastic weekend of painting. Abraham Lincoln was really, really fun because completely lost that painting. It's actually gone. Hey Victoria, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well too, by the way. So sorry, the picture of Abraham Lincoln was so cool, but the rain actually washed all the paint off it by the time the reel was gone. So it was a painting that actually only now exists in digital form. Yeah, Pink, because we didn't use any oils with it. It was all acrylics, and so it literally sat on it and just ran straight down off it. Thanks, Maximilius. Appreciate you. Which was wild. And what's that? Oh yeah, thanks, Slick. So what do you mean lost? So what happened was that literally the paint just ran off the canvas. So it was white. I painted a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it. Rain was coming down at the same time, and it just came down. But before it came off, before it disappeared, it was running beautifully and making it look just incredible. So we had a lot of fun making it. The actual artwork doesn't exist, but it's funny because that's exactly what we talk about here non-stop, that it's not about the actual result, in which this wasn't even a commission, this was just for fun, but it was actually about just making the picture and being out there in nature and enjoying myself. So I did that. Anyway, so these pieces, some interesting stuff needs to happen today. And we might have to angle it down on the floor for a wee bit because some of these canvases need to have a special coat put onto them. I'll show you the stuff. I've got it over here. This has a very big price tag on it. Let's peel that off. This is expensive stuff. So this stuff here, why don't you upload your lives to YouTube anymore? Veronica, I'm very sorry. I should be doing that, and my Wi-Fi is sorted now, so I can do that. I have been belligerent and lazy, but on this particular day, Veronica, you can cut me a little bit of slack, and the reason why is because I have it streaming to TikTok with you at the moment, but the YouTube live is right beside it, right beside the camera. So this way, it goes on YouTube and TikTok, so there's a replay on YouTube and there's a thing on TikTok. And we'll see if that works, because that saves the downpull, upload, rigmarole. Steve, how you doing? Lovely to see you, Steve. Steve, we're doing your one today. So if you've got time to hang around, that's fantastic. But also, Steve, like I was just saying to Veronica, it will be available on YouTube permanently. So if you need to run, you'll still have the version on YouTube to watch back on. Right. Sorry, bottle in my hand. This is pouring medium. Does that matter? Not really. Basically what this is it's an acrylic version of the liquid glass we sometimes use. It goes over the surface very, very thick and it flattens itself out. And the reason why you do that at all is because as you add a lot of paint to the canvas or the board can get tooth, which means as you're painting it, it drags itself across and dries out. Like, it doesn't have that lovely wet feeling, it has more like a tacky, dry feeling. And we don't want that. So this stuff here has zero tooth, So there's no friction involved with this at all. It creates almost like an ice sheet or come on Sebastian, use your brain, or glass coat over the top, leveling all the texture, keeping the visuals of the texture, because it's like looking through water or glass, you can still see the shapes of the texture inside the paint, but to paint on, it's perfectly flat. So this stuff's fun. I like this, because I use a lot of texture to make a mess. It is pretty fun pink, but it's at a stage now where it's wild, and you just keep changing it by adding more paint. So instead of just changing it and ending up the same result each time, now we coat it in this, we put a glass layer between this and the next coat, and then as long as we don't paint the entire thing, you'll be able to see through the layers. So you get a bit more definition without losing a wilderness of brushstrokes and texture. This is good stuff. I like it. Right, but we're not starting with this one. I was just kicking straight into the live without actually swapping them over. So we'll swap them over now. But now that you've seen this bottle, we'll remove this from the Alimonte, and we'll get, I think we'll get probably an experimental one first, just to loosen. Let me see what I've got over here in the corner. This is the question. Is this a question? That we ask ourselves. Let me have a look, see here. Okay. Yes. Okay. I reckon we open up with one, team. Let's open up with one. So often we just bring up ones that haven't been started yet, and let's just start one for a bit of fun. And this is going to be pretty special because there's not going to be a reel on this one at all. So it'll just be us doing one raw off the bat, and I know what we're gonna paint, and everyone's gonna like it. Dun 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 dun, la da 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 da, ba di ba da boo, la boo ba da. Up here you come. Fantastic. I'm excited. Wait, oh, that's the waterfall. Yeah, that's a fun one. That is a fun one. But this is also going to be a fun one. This is going to be special. This is going to be something that we do multiple versions of. So we haven't done multiple versions of the same face or a portrait over and over again since Reddit had a live feature of the Arpan studio. And that's okay. But the reason why I like doing a face over and over again is because if you redo a face over and over, the colours that you get and the things you notice change. The first things you see on a face, like the beard or the nose or the way the light catches it, will be, in some sense, different every time you look at the picture, especially when you're in a hurry. And so things you pick up on and things that get accentuated and brought out, I like it. It's always different. Now, excuse me while I just get this little thing here. This is really cool. This comes out like this. Provided I don't knock over everything in the studio while I do it. I get this pole. He's so Fleabag. Yeah, I am sort of today actually. I got some paint on my shirt, but I think Fleabag's a little bit rough. I was actually in the last studio. There was a dog, Barnaby, who I think got fleas at one point. Because I had a bite that didn't feel like a mosquito bite. Anyway, this is our picture. We're doing Abe Lincoln. That's the plan. And the reason why we're doing Abe Lincoln is because he's got a very, very distinctive face. And a distinctive face makes for a fun portrait because we don't have to worry about the nose, the eyes, the mouth, the beard, the wrinkles, the eyebrows, the hair, the forehead, the chin, none of it matters. If we capture the shapes correctly, then you'll see Abe Lincoln's face with or without correct noses and things like that. Is the cheekbone? Yeah, Abe Lincoln rocks a cheekbone. No doubt about that. So let's get this nice and even. Got a little bit scrunched because we've got it wet. Doesn't matter though. A lot of these wrinkles that are actually on it we'll reproduce on the work because we'll see the shadows wrong, which is kind of fun. I like that. Righty-tighty. Colours. So first colour. Nothing really changes when it comes to first colour, guys. We're still going to start with our black. That's me just saying black in a weird way. And I actually bought some more. So I got some carbon black this time. We're typically working with Mars black, which is more browny, or like a Payne's grey, which is more bluey. This is black. Always thought Lincoln had a really interesting face. Yeah, so we've seen it one time. We turned it into the picture we did outside that got rained away, which is fun. So number one was completed, wild, but washed away. I love that. Number two, this one, we're going to have to see where we can take it. I need a big brush though. Big brush. Send me this one. Is this even big enough? Yeah, this will be fine. It's not the biggest brush yet, but it'll hold a lot of paint. This is good. He's not responding the TikTok question. He's trying to respond to the TikTok question. Was it a good TikTok question or was it a mean TikTok question? I try and answer both. Twitter? There is a Twitter. So if you go on to the link in my bio, that'll link you through to everything. Speaking of which, Peak in Victoria, I've got some super cool news. I think you guys are really going to like, well, everyone's going to like this, but you guys are going to find this really cool because you've been here since the start. So what's going to happen is in the link in the bio, there's going to be inside that one, the first hit is going to be a virtual gallery. So I've got a group building it, and what happens is it's like one of those Google Maps things where you cruise around through it. And so when the prints sell out, I'll take them off the website, or after some time and things, and then all the images we do, all the commissions and all this trial works, all the wild stuff will all be up in this virtual gallery. And that's really cool because we were talking about actually having a space where you can see the art even when it gets sold and there's nowhere you can see it, blah, 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 and everyone's all in different places of the world. But a virtual gallery, I've seen it, the artwork's not in it yet, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, so Pink, you're on the right frame here. It sounds pretty cool, could also be awful. So bear with me, I think it's going to be cool. I've got high hopes for it, but look, at the same time, I really don't know. It could be a shocker, so let's find out. No, I'm not married, but one day I will be. I'm a family man at heart. That's what I love, guys. Let me have a look-see here. Where is the thing that I wanted? I'm going to cheat. It's funny, because it says a family man at heart, and now I'm going to cheat, but I'm just looking for a pen, a special pen. I put it somewhere. Where did I put my pen? It's a very, very special pen. Yeah, there you go. Ideal. Here we go. Because I want to get that contrast, I want to make sure all the lines are in there. I'm going to do some guidelines. Seth never does this. This is very naughty. It's not going to be conventional, like shape the face out, make it perfect. It's just going to be roughly where the edge of some brush strokes want to land. Hello Jenny, how you doing? And that sort of comes down there, there's a chin there. A lot of people get hung up on guidelines to try and really make them perfect, really get hung up on it. Don't do that. Still, even if you are going to do a blueprint like this, a little bit wild is always fun. Otherwise the brush strokes that go on top of it are always too intense. There's that cheekbone for Pink, and then there's that part of this part that comes up from the nose there. The nose itself actually lacks a lot of detail. It's just below halfway on the painting. We want to sort of land it in the right place from the first moment if we can, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. There's that little bit, what do you call that thing between your nose and your lip? The lift, the palate, the cleft, something. whatever it's called, he's got one of those, and it's framed quite heavily in the contrast. And then his beard doesn't actually look like a conventional beard. It's more of a black lump. And so we're not going to paint it like a beard with a million little stripes. We're going to paint the lump. Hello, Karen. Cleft. Thank you, Cleft. We got there. It's a filtrum. Oh, we've got two names for it now. I like both these names. Honestly, you could have told me it was a tabloid, and I would have been like, are you sure? So, well, I guess it's right. There we go. So that's the neck down there. It's about appropriately sized. There's a huge area, hey Amina, a huge area of white space around here, and there's an eye in the middle of it. Now the first thing that happens when that occurs is you panic. And the reason you panic is because if you're slightly to the right, to the left, up or down, you think, it's not going to look right. My eye's going to be asymmetrical. My eye's going to be weird. The eye's going to be off in different directions. It's like walking on a tightrope. The moment you're thinking about balance, you lose it and you're off the edge. But if you actually allow yourself to make the mistake, just like on a tightrope, lose your balance for a moment, if you don't overthink it, you stay on it. So, eyeball. Okay, there's not really a conventional eye. There is a dot for it, but actually probably starts around here. There's an eyebrow here. Defined probably more by the wrinkles of the eye than the actual eye itself. And then this is all dark, all this bit through here, until it comes through here, a little bit of an eyeball. There we go. That's his eye. That's good enough. That's good enough for me. There we go. And again, the wrinkles define this eye more than anything else, so we don't express that. I highlighted the pupil of that way too much, just because I got excited. Did exactly what I say to avoid. What's a good medium for beginners? Acrylics, watercolors, gouache, or oil. I don't know how to say that. It's gouache or something. I used to use them. No, I can't say it. Honestly, a lot of people gatekeep by saying things like start with acrylics, move on to oils, watercolors. Do whatever you want to do. And honestly, the best way to do it probably is if you look on YouTube and see the ones that you like the look of. So you think, I love the way watercolor like permeates gently through water on top of the paper that I use, or I love the way watercolor is always done smaller, or I love the way oils have this vibrant color without effort, or I want to paint outside so oil's pungent smell won't affect me, or I love the fact that acrylics seem easy to clean up. Like honestly, pick the one that suits you best in terms of what you like, and then just run with that. Don't get hung up on thinking you have to start with one. Otherwise, heck, the worst thing that will happen is you'll have low self-confidence in your art, and so you'll actually always be like, no, I can't do oils, I'm still learning acrylics. And funnily enough, you might have this weird trap where if you just did the oils, you'd find out that actually that was your style, that was the right medium for you, and you take your art to the next level. So there's nothing you're supposed to do. Start with a colour. This is silly. Start with a medium, sorry. This is silly. Pick the one you like. The only thing I'd consider as a quick wild card is oils and some of the other paints have quite fumey natures to them. Oils and pouring mediums. Now, I only mention that because if you've got kids, if you're around kids, or if you're painting insides in a confined space, I definitely recommend using bada bing bang bong, something like acrylics or watercolors, or just not oils, because they're very pungent with their smell. So if you are working around kids, considering having kids and putting time into art, pretty cool to have non-toxic paints, because then even if you leave out a tube and the kid gets it all over their hands or a little bit on the face and things, the kid's going to be fine. It's going to be a mess. It's not going to give them some nasty rash or headaches or any of this nonsense. So that's what I reckon. I'll just keep scribbling here. Sometimes I leave these as is. I just scribble on them and call it a day. But we're not going to do that here. I might take I don't know, camera's doing something. But job, unless that's a nickname for Abraham Lincoln, no, not quite. Compassion provides the universe, goodwill covers the whole world. Train, that's very compelling. Intense, definitely intense, but compelling. Let's have a look-see here. That's all the air thing there. We're going to end up with a bit of an interesting egg. I can't actually see it under the picture, so I just sort of paint it blind. But that's going to be okay. There's some wrinkles in here, and that comes there. It comes down a little bit further. He's got this awkward chopped face because the forehead you want to paint coming up and then across into here. In his case, it actually flattens, and this here actually pushes it down, and it arcs up into here in a bald patch, which I'm looking forward to in the next 5 years. There we go. You can go in there like that. Abe Lincoln. There you go. And if you're famous, you just stop there and sell that for $1 million. But we're going to keep going. Give me a second. I wouldn't dare. This is a fun place to have it, but it's a long way from complete. This is one of those sketches. It's fun. It's a fun place to be. Probably the funnest place is this beard here. Those lines capturing the beard are just about perfect. And the eye, we didn't panic, we just put it in there. Dan, no. No. This is the kind of thing that stays in your closet or your basement and never comes out. Like all Picasso's old sketches, which now end up on every museum in the world, but they were just like this. He just did them quickly, then he put them away, and it was done. Abraham Lincoln being worth 1 cent is still ironic to me. I don't understand it, but I know there's something behind it. You need to explain it to me, Pink. You've got to remember that I'm an idiot. You forget this. So, first things first, using the blacks, but I've added in a binder medium. What's a binder medium? Great question. A binder medium is a thing that gets in there and makes the paint dry very fast, and it primes the surface as well, so my darker areas will hold more paint better. Sorry, Ojo Momo Art New Zealand. First off, great name. Definitely a mouthful, but a great name. Advice to fellow artists, yeah, have fun. I say this every time, and I swear I'll never stop saying this because it's the most important thing of all. Have fun when you paint. We get so caught up thinking that we should strangle the process, demand a result, not enjoy it in favour of actually carving out something which we think everyone else wants to see. And we forget that actually the thing that made our art beautiful, or made us love it in the first place, was play, enjoying it, love for it. And when we originally decided to do art or fall in love with art, it was because we completed a picture and we felt something for it because we enjoyed making it. And then all of a sudden, we taught ourselves, somehow, we got convinced or tricked to teach ourselves not to enjoy it and turn it into this craft which never developed again. And as we hopefully beat away at it to try and make it into something, we slowly lost our inspiration, our drive, our motivation, and our belief that we loved it, and then became any other career on the face of the planet other than that. So have fun when you do it. Have fun. What do I do when I make a mistake? Oh, you must have not been here before. When I make a mistake, I burst out crying in tears. I go get an espresso martini, and I sit here sobbing while Pink, Victoria, and anyone else who subscribes consoles me for about 45 minutes. And then we go back to the painting. No, I leave the mistake. Leave the mistakes in the picture. There was a mistake in the last Abraham Lincoln. A big dollop of black got hit on the nose here, and it was a little bit of a disaster. And why am I in overalls? I'm not in overalls because I like to paint well dressed. Dress smart, paint smart. But leave the mistake, let the mistake be, and what will happen when you have a mistake is you can cover it up with a million not little mistakes. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way. Hold on 1 second. Just going to grab this here. We've got two angry beady eyes looking out at the moment. So we've got the beginning of our Abe Lincoln. Alrighty tighty. Okay, mi novio. Novio. Novel. Good. Novel. Enjoy. There we go. We're going to let some drips land everywhere. This painting's going to go big anyway. And it's going to have a lot of those lighter colours in it anyway. Lots of different shades of light colours. I have a feeling, Victoria, that novio means novio is novia. Novia means girlfriend, so novio means boyfriend. And me means my. Unless though, Shelby started a new account, someone is lying. Alright. I'm getting grief from Shelby right now. I made a post in the broadcast for for painting, and I said to everyone that I had my coffee and my sleep weren't too good, and Shelby's like, "You didn't tell me, maintenance meeting. You must tell me these things." And actually, honestly, they were all good. I was just looking for a reason. It wasn't good enough to justify why I was so happy though. I was in such a good mood. So there was this. Paint Chris Hipkins. That is one of the... I'm going to put that in the basket of like ideas that aren't hugely exciting, but possible. Coming on down here. Let me get down here. There we go. Oh, smear this in here. Put that there. And that is the bottom of the jersey. Just like that. And then we've got a little bit there. A little bit there. Over here. There we go. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone, even the people who come here and say, he is useless, why is anyone watching him? And I'm like, hey, you don't need to say that, alright? My own security said it to me in the morning in front of the mirror. And I told them to stop it, so you don't need to be here doing those mean things. Nah, embrace all the feedback, guys, at the end of the day. In terms of painting, you're going to go through many stages with a painting, and with a portrait like this, it's unfair, because with a portrait, you're like, oh, I see the face, and everyone gets excited. When it's a landscape, landscapes look like mush for like 95% of the process, and so everyone's like, it's bad. So Usually it takes landscape painters even more self-confidence to actually muster up the urge to make their paintings, because everyone's not going to like them for 95% of it. Whereas portraits, people are like, oh, I see the face. Someone said they couldn't stay because they don't speak English. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, my English is sort of limited. A lot of words get said in this room that I don't understand. I wouldn't worry about which language you speak. And TikTok has a translate button as well, so you should be fine. I see a question coming through here on YouTube. That's exciting. Thanks, James. Appreciate you. Hope you're looking after yourself. I'm doing it on TikTok and YouTube, so that way I don't have to upload the TikTok replay. It's just taken straight from YouTube, which I think is pretty cool. I was just about to ask if he doesn't get paint all over him, but he turned around. So this is my problem. That's English, but I'm not fully understanding what's being said. I do get paint on me all the time. All the time. And but I like to dress well. Being that if you dress smart, you'll paint better. Dress for the occasion, guys. Don't treat yourself sloppy. Treat yourself. Be the artist you want to be. I like wearing sometimes silly clothes as well. If I'm feeling too caught up in what I'm trying to do, if I'm getting too caught up in what I'm trying to do, wearing silly clothes reminds you to loosen up, because you can't take yourself too seriously. You end up having to accept the fact that you look a little bit silly. And that's another way to do it. You know what? We've barely started and I sort of see Abe Lincoln. I do have a new studio, but I pop by the old studio all the time. I've got lots of studios. I was going to stream from the Corona studio this weekend, but outside had too nice. The weather outside was too nice. But it turned out, funnily enough, it turned out that the weather was rainy. And so once I got set up outside, we lost Abraham Lincoln. And so here we are doing Abe again. I like those turquoise. Yeah, these are good ones. I got these from an op shop for $3. $3. 3 big bucks. 3 loads of 100 cents each. And I've never looked back. Got some new jeans as well. I haven't tried them on yet because I'm just washing them. They're size 34 though, they are my size. But we just have to wait to see if they're as good as I'm hoping they are. There we go. Just a little bit further than that. There we go. Your painting is captivating to watch. Thank you, Annabelle. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now let's get up in here and let's come down here. Bring that out through there. And this is that caving, I say caving forehead, there's a slightly caving forehead that I was talking about. See how it sort of angles down over here? That's a characteristic of his face. We don't have to do the forehead like that, we just need to get the guidelines right. Here we go. And then this eye here actually connects down here, splashes across here. Woohoo! Now we're talking. Just like that. Beautiful. I just want you to know that you're my favorite girl. This is a lot of binder media on it, so it's actually, these marks aren't supposed to be here, but they'll be fine. This is the mutton chop that he's known for. We've left that out so far. We'll capture it now. There we go. And then it dots around. Let's grab some more binding medium to thin it out. Dots around through here, comes down his chin here, down to here, and then sweeps. There we go. There's our black for the face. It's been real. Okay, so that's fun. We see the picture. We have the contrast, but what this picture does lack is depth. It's got no depth. It's just got clear gesso, and then black paint which is furiously drying over the top of it. So it's quite pleasant to glance at, but it can't encapsulate your intention for a long time. So what do we do next? We get 32 different colours, 32 different pigments, and we keep capturing the little hues around the picture, one at a time, with transparency gel in it to grab the depth out of it. Because this is nice, but then how do we keep your attention? What is the ongoing effort that we put into the painting to make you continue to appreciate it? There's a little bit here I missed, hold on. There's a little bit there that I missed. Give me a second, give me a second. There's a little bit over here. There we go. A little bit down here. Fixed it. I wonder what colour story should be for this. Yeah, well, we can use all the colours, so that'll be fun, but it'll be a matter of figuring out which colour I accidentally squirt the most of out into a paint tray to then become the most dominant. So I can't find him. Yeah, I wish I would paint him blue. Red, white and blue. Maybe that's the appropriate one. Maybe we don't use 32 pigments. Maybe we just use 15 different pigments of red, white and blue. So we use every colour under the rainbow except for our yellow ones. We use everything else. It's pretty exciting to me, actually. It's pretty exciting. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to grab, to start with though, huge white areas. So, I think we're going to kick off with some white. Are we going to have white? Is that too... Ooh, the temptation's there, but is it valid? Let me think here. We're not going to use any more binder medium. We don't want this next coat to dry too fast. We've got pink here, but it's probably too pink for this stage. Let's go for this one. This is wild. Let's do this. I'm going to grab the Brilliant Magenta, and it's going to really pop. There we go. A little bit of that, and then I want to get my acrylic primer and extender. This is the stuff. Just bring it over here so you can see what I'm doing. Big bouquet. This is what I want. A little bit of this on the tray. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Primer extender makes the paint run nicer. It's good. It's great stuff. I'm a big fan. I'm going to grab a brush that's suitable. This one here. Here we go. This is what we're working with. So if you look here, we've got all our primer and extender. This is just transparent stuff. Mixing in with our thing to make it run nicely. Nicely. Alright, let's go. Okay. You love the piece behind me, Deborah. Oh, the farmer. Yes, we need to put a coat on top. A coat of liquid glass to really send our man to the next level. But in this case here, we're doing Abe Lincoln. Probably put down a little bit too much extender. That's okay. Here we go. A little bit there. Do a little bit through here. A little bit up here. And these drag lines coming up to the edge here. And puckering up just through here. Now we're talking to it. Alright, a little bit of paint coming in there. There's a methods to Seb's madness. I hope there is. Black and white, the movement from Art Op. Jesus give me strength. I think it's sometimes, if you look away from the screen for 20, 30 seconds and you look back, you're so far behind the conversation that you realise the importance of something like context. Right, coming on down here. And down through here. Now we're talking to it, just down there. So we're just going pink on black. This is what's the same? Pink is the new black. That's fun. Here we go. Push that in there. This is such an impractical outfit for painting, is it? What should you wear when you paint? What should be a practical outfit? And being that you're actually painting, what are you painting? What's the reason for painting? To capture feelings on a surface, to capture a moment of vitality or joy on a 2D surface. That's what I want to do. Vitality and joy are the two feelings that I want to capture those on a 2D surface. How should you do that? What's practical to capture feelings? Probably by making yourself feel good is a great start. If you feel good, painting's going to be better. So, I should put on and you should put on whatever makes you feel good. I feel good in this, so I paint better in this. So I do a better job at what's been created. So it's very practical. So take that. Why it looks like he's pretending to draw. You're so hard on me. Why are you hard on me today? That's so mean. Oh dear. Here we go. Now we'll keep going here with these pinks. Under these eyes, these deep grey-like shadows. Thanks, two studs. Hope you're looking after yourselves. Unfortunately, if I did that, I'd get cold. So there is a minimum that we have to wear. And it works. That's a very villainy laugh. Yeah, you thought you were watching a wholesome painting channel, when actually, you are watching a villain. I'm the bad guy. Here we go. A little bit through there. Capture that nose there. Out there. The cleft? I think it's the cleft, that's what we learned. Seb. Oh no. Guys. We're here to produce a lovely painting of Abraham Lincoln. Please keep it PG. Don't be silly. Be silly, but keep it PG. Because we want to create an inclusive environment. Thanks, Pink. I wouldn't, don't enjoy it too much though, Pink, because remember, it's just me, I'm just drawing it on. I'm not actually painting. It's all fake. Can't believe you've been here so often, you haven't spotted that. Victoria's like, wow, Seb really brought the sass into the room today. I did, I'm taking no prisoners. How many colours are you using on this one? Two Studs Ranch. Logan, I'm probably going to use... Bada bing bang bong. That's a good question. That is a good question. How many colours are going to get used in this? Look, I was thinking 32, but after thinking about the American side of things, we may even go for 15. And the reason 15, I mean, I say this vaguely, but the reason is because then we can leave out yellow and target red, white and blue, but we'll also lose our, green and our oranges because we want to stay those true to those red, white and blue colours. You had to use red, it would look better than violet. I'm not fully understanding the comment there, but we will use red and violet, and I hope you love it. And if you don't, I'm so sorry. Where is the accent from? It's from New Zealand. It's a New Zealand accent. From Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. Looking really wonderful. You've captured his look for sure. Thanks, Steve. Remember, artwork is, though, not a linear process. It's going in all directions all the time, and we've gone good so far. We may end the session on a down note where we're actually not improving the painting. It's heading backwards at an awfully fast rate. So, we can't predict these things. Just accept that they may happen and engage with them accordingly. There we go. Slap this through here. Slap this through here. Here we go. Splash. Alright, now we're talking to it. You know this I here. I, for the first time in my life, that's why I'm telling you. Emulate copper with it. Sunset colours. Ooh. Copper's a good colour for Abe Lincoln, actually. That does resonate with me. I do like where your head's at about that, because that's not silly. That's actually quite clever. You could do more of an industrial Abe Lincoln with copper, silver, and gold, like just etched through his face. So we have this sort of industrial era, sort of churning power, machinery look to him. Use 16 colours for. Oh, that's a good one, Anonymous Hippo. Anonymous Hippo. Well done. I like where your head's at. 16 colours for the 16th president. Right. Colour number 1. We're going to include carbon black in our list of colours. It's not a colour, yes, it's a tone. It's okay, it's a pigment in this case. It's been used to create something on the picture. So, 2 colours down. We've got 14 colours more to go. I like that. We're on 15. We go up 1 more to 16 and we're all good. My iPad is going to die, so I'm looking for a charger. That's what's happening here right now. 1 second. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream by and a homecoming queen? Bum 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 ba bum. We'll see if I actually got the right chord. Problem is these days, all these chargers, you think you've got the right chord and everything's all sorted, and then it doesn't have the ampage to actually do what you want to do. There we go, but if I put this in here, wrap this up through here so it doesn't fall off, and plug that into there, and then, is it going to stay? No, it's not going to stay. Come on, come on. Let's see if I fixed it. Did I fix it? It's charging. We have success, guys. We will not lose our charge today. Right, where were we at? 16 calories for the 16th president. Sorry, I missed that. Is there a method for figuring out proportions for the initial sketch? No. Go by chaos. You can get so hung up on trying to paint something accurately that you strangle it and dislike every stroke you make and judge yourself and feel anxiety, and then the whole thing will fall to bits. Draw the guidelines down very roughly in all the places, and every time you do it you'll get a little bit better, but don't you ever give yourself a hard time on it. There's a recipe for disaster. You should do a Queen Elizabeth II. You're getting ahead of yourself, but I like your style. It does sound very cool. The Abraham Lincoln with 16 calories is a fun place to be right now. And there was something about horror. Yes, you can paint horror. You can. That is a thing people do. But I don't. And the reason I don't do it is because I believe with art, we've got the ability to capture something on a 2D surface permanently. So you can get feelings. You can get feelings and you can put them on a surface so when people see it, they feel something. Like music can be ominous, like music can be joyful and happy. Now, if you're going to create something that perpetually gives out something to the world, I think it's pretty cool for it to give out something positive, expressive and happy. And to not do that is sort of, that's all good, but aren't you... Oh, the alternative is so good, guys. To bring something into the world that's positive and joyful and, you know, making the world in this tiny little way a better place, or to paint horror, you know, like... Alright, our next colour, brilliant magenta, pastel lilac, pastel coral. I missed that one there. No, that is not very easy to read. Fantastic, Johnny. Fantastic. Here we go. So, Pastel lilac and pastel coral. So 2 pastel colours on Abe's face is the next step. And then we've also got pastel aquamarine. So it's all our regular popping colours, but in this case, I lost the lid, hold on. Here we go. In this case, we're using much more muted versions of them. Here we are. And that brings us up to 5. Our 3 pastels, and those other 2. I need to wipe the colour off this brush because if we use 16 colours, I don't want them converting into shades of each other by all mixing in. I want it to be raw. But sometimes it's good to challenge yourself and try a different style of art. It's true, try a different style. But it doesn't mean you have to grab the whole of the negative subject matter and force it down everyone's throats. That's what the news is for. But we're here with the ability to construct anything, so let's grab this historical topic and make it happy. That's what I reckon. I reckon that's positive. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alright, let's have a little look-see. You again on my For You page. I hope you're well. Keep your inspiring. Thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate you. Right. Let's kick off with pastel lilac first. This is very, very close to our normal white, and that's okay. Here we go. There we are. Again, another language that I can't quite speak, but it's exciting. It's here. Here we go. Pastel lilac. And all the spots it can go. Alright. It's going to sneak up around here. And it's going to be actually very, very similar to the colour that Abe Lincoln's face, the white is already, but it's not. It's so incredibly subtle. So incredibly subtle, but it actually will have a huge effect on the end result. And thanks, Sat, for sharing the live. I appreciate you guys when you share this live, because it's pretty fun coming on here with the intentions of sharing something like this, and then to have other people align with what I'm thinking, to actually say, yeah, this is cool. Let's share this with some more people. Let's spread some love around the place today. Especially in social media, it's full of so much junk. Guys, I'm getting addicted. I'm getting caught up in doom scrolling. I didn't know it was a thing, and now I'm doing it all the time. And I think I've got a real problem, actually. Me and Shelby have been looking at a phoneless evening, where we just do anything else, board games, whatever, but no phones. Because I just have this habit of just going on to it and looking through social media, and you just can't detach yourself from it. You keep going back to it. It's awful. Do some creepy voice. Johnny, I don't know what's up with you and creep and horror and stuff, but look, let me fill you with love, joy, and compassion. And that's the best I can do. Where am I from? I am from Abe Lincoln. Well, because he's the 16th President of the United States, of course. I wanted to paint something with 16 colours. It's a perfect match. What was I going to say? I was going to say... no, trail of thought lost. Could be a voice actor for a New Zealand character in a game. I'd love to play a New Zealand animal. You know, like, remember how we had Stuart Little? And what was the other one about the piglet? That was a pretty great movie. I'd do like a dog. Like, give me a New Zealand accent for a Labrador in a movie. Alright, that's good, Johnny, but I think your use of caps is getting a little bit over the top. I think, because the comment section isn't going too wild, I think you can just talk normally, and I'll be able to read it, and it'll be awesome. We can all get along. I love that. But I understand the excitement. I mean, the speed in which he's painting that slightly different shade of white over white. What a thrill. What an absolute thrill. I'm going to push into the pastel corals now too. Here we go. Get just a bit more of this stuff. This is the good stuff, guys. This is good. This stuff is a real winner. A little bit of water. That's good. That's good. It's good, it is. I'm gonna go on to some pastel lilac. No, pastel coral, sorry. Tripping up my words a little bit there. There we go. That comes there. And that comes down around here. And this is this cheek here. You love Abraham Lincoln. What made you want to do Abraham Lincoln? Well, Alexander, I had this board here. I wanted to warm up my hands, and I was doing a picture of Abe Lincoln before, but the weather caught it. It rained on it. Destroyed it, in fact. To the point we no longer have our original Abe Lincoln. So we're here doing another. Kind of fun, actually. But at the end of the day, he's got quite a recognisable face, and part of the fun of doing Abe Lincoln is the fact that we can add colour into his face, like the photos never had. Yes, you could get a 3D model to like colorise Abraham Lincoln, but for us to imagine those colours through a paintbrush is pretty fun. Pretty fun. This is not a commission. This is a commissioned self-portrait. This man here wanted his face done. Imagine that. There we go. Mr. Abe Lincoln wanted his portrait done. There we go. A bit more pastel lilac in here. Pastel coral. Why do I get too tripped up? There we go. Come out here a little bit more. La da da dee da. Let's encroach down here. Come through there. And then just down through here. This is good. Here we go. So a very, very subtle white. May as well be white, but it's not. But it's close enough. Hey, Jay Smith. Welcome back in, long time at no see. There we go. All the way up to the corner. Fantastic. The only good president was Kennedy, and he had a similar death. Jeepers, Alexander. Well, I've got no comments to make on that. Quite heavy on the politics side. The most important thing about Lincoln is he has his incredibly distinctive face. So in terms of painting, he is a fantastic person to paint. A face where you can actually focus very much so on the shapes you see, rather than the actual structure of a face. Where am I, Paul? I am in New Zealand. This is New Zealand. It is at 12:42. The middle of the day. Fun time to be standing. Fun time to be alive. Here we go. Beautiful. That encroaches down there. Comes across here. Wonderful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. There we go. And that's going to encroach down through there. Same story through here. If they dried, they have dried. That's fun. Coming down through the whole way down. Coming down the whole way down. Gonna get it in here. Down the sides. Down the sides. Did you say down the sides? I said down the sides. There we go. All the way around through there. Fantastico. 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 I'm just going to put this up here. Guys, I think that this is having very little effect on the thing. There we go. Turn that one off. There we go. I'm just going to give this little gizmo here to YouTube, which is going to be pretty fun, because what it's going to mean, if I can get it to work, hold on, this goes in here, ding, 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 there we go, perfectos. So now YouTube gets the nice, mic works for YouTube, so it gets the nice sound. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Ooh, 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 Sleep down here with a little bit. Around here, let's grab a bit more in there. Let's grab a bit more in there. There we go. And the lip here, give that a little bit through there. A little bit through there. And then up through here. Perfecto. Perfecto. Your shirt is still on paint. Yes, there was paint all over it when I started. There's going to be paint all over it when I'm finished. But I feel good in it, even though it's messy. And eventually, when I find a similar shirt from an op shop, I will swap them out. And I'll have the new shirt with no paint on it. And we'll be going back to the exact same process all over again. All over again. There we go. It comes through there a little bit. Dots around here. Dots around here. Perfect. And we come up into this little part here. Again, not laying it on too thick, because we still want to get as much of that dry as I possibly can in the window opportunity we've got. Give him a hat. Okay, 1 second. Ba-da-ba-da-da. Ba-da-bing bang boom. Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Sorted. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. La-dee-dee-dee-doo. Alright, back to what we were doing. Actually kind of suits him. Right, let's go in here. He was more of a top hat wearing kind, wasn't he? I think he was. There we go. Jesus. There we go. I thought I followed the instructions to a T. I thought I nailed it. So I'm very personally proud of myself. It's nothing Abe Lincoln's got. Big old ears. He can hear things coming a mile off. Oh, he's losing his hat. Stay sun smart, Abe Lincoln. And then I'll go in here, and over to here. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. I was just at the Lincoln Presidential Library this week. That's pretty fun. That's well timed. Do you think it knew that, your phone, and so it recommended this live to you? Because the amount of times we've said Lincoln in it. Possibly. Possibly. When will I do the air? I am sneaking behind there and doing it just outside of your gaze. Naughty. So, he has got an ear coming into context, bit by bit. Okay. There we go. And this comes through here. This is his nose. I might come back to that brighter shade too at one stage. That pastel lilac rather than this pastel coral, which just packs just a little bit more of a kick for these areas. This will just be white down here, a lot of this, because this is the top of the suit. There we go. Slide that through there. Hello Cheryl, long time no see. Welcome back. Dum 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 dum. Why the radiant purple? There's actually no purple, it's brilliant magenta. Brilliant magenta, and why? Because it was a fantastic colour to match the hue, not the hue, the tone that we had there. Could have mixed some grey. This is far more fun. There we go. Almost through it. And then back onto those pastel lilacs again. Grab all of them, mix it in. There we go. Perfect. Who are you painting this for? For no one. It has no home. Getting our brush back into the flow of things. Speaking of magenta, I think pink left without saying bye again. Naughty pink. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. There we go. Hello, Jude Petrie. How you doing? There we go. Just punch through these colours in here. Alright. Come on, pastel lilac. There we go. All around there. A little bit down there. Sneaking around there. Honest Abe. Indeed, indeed. Right. Pastel aquamarine. That's our next colour. Da 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 boom. Da 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 da. Ooh. Good to be back. Sorry, been a bit absence lately, getting my house ready for a move in the next few days. I get it. It's all good. It's all good. There we go. Let's get some of this pastel blue. And the next one's going to be a world of fun, because the next one is our midstream blues. Which, once we get that and the reds in there, American feels inbound. Hello Ivan, how you doing? Alright, mix this in here. Okay, there we go. Alright. Another colour, very similar to the one we've already used, but again, it's that layering and depth in those shallow pale colours. It's going to add the real punch to this picture. Rin, draw you. Well, it's a possibility, Rin. If you'd like a commission, links in the bio. But otherwise, we've got to continue on old Abe at the moment. Here we go. Thanks, Caroline. Appreciate you. Ooh. Ah. There we go. Come down through here. Down through here, down through here. So at the moment his chin comes down a little bit too tightly, so it scoops out there a little bit more. We'll capture that. That will not be a problem. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Da da do da da do do da. What number colour are we on right now? We're still using the same three we originally put on, but technically, so pastel aquamarine, so we'll be on our fifth colour. Fifth. There we go. There we go. Scrolling down through here. Fantastic. Right. Oh, we'll just do a little bit down in here. Alright, now we're talking. Just like that through there. Fantastico. And then up and through here. Is that a plate? It is a plate. It is from an op shop. I've been washing it for a while, so it's been getting used on the regular. Good plate for it. It's going to be tough when you go back to the 54th president. Oh, sorry, 50th. 49th. I've only got 32 pigments, so we can only go back another 16 presidents. How many presidents total at the moment? 50, right? No. I forget. We're so isolated down here in New Zealand. We forget these things. Alright, splash around there, splash around there. On the cheek here, there we go. 46, alright, 4 off. Let me see here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get that in there. Let's get that in there. Perfect. Right, on to our red and blue. So those shades will do our red, white and blue. Thanks, Will. That was our white area. And now we need to do our blue area. Our wild, wild blues. And thanks, Daniel. Appreciate you. Alright. It's comment coming through from YouTube on the live there. Right, brush clean, brush clean. Plate, and what's the colour going to be? This red is perfect. Dot this one down. There we go. And then, which blue? This blue, Pacific blue. Perfect. Just in there like that. There we are. And then a bunch of this one. Mixing gel, and I'm just going to grab my blacks again. Just quickly, so these two colours are going to put us up to, let's come here. There we go, and then that comes down. And it crouches along here longer than we have before. There we go. That's what we're working with. And then we come down here, and that actually, that air scoops there, I think. There we go. Wait, you're live on YouTube? I am indeed. So the YouTube one's just reflecting exactly what the TikTok one is, with the intentions of meaning that the TikTok lives don't need to be downloaded and uploaded. They can just literally be the one that was filmed live on YouTube because the camera's in the same spot. So, yeah, so that's what I figured is the easiest way to do it, because I'm always so behind on doing it. The download and upload, the 2-hour file is so much. To actually have them side by side, that means that TikTok and the YouTube have it at the same time, and the YouTube is the TikTok replay. Clever. At least I think. Right. And that'll mean the times match up as well. If you're like, oh, I missed the stream last night, the YouTube will be dated to the dot of what it needed to be, which is cool. Otherwise, they're all out of sync. Because you'd be like, all right, the YouTube live was uploaded 3.5 weeks after the TikTok live was made. Where is it? It's a whole thing. Anyway, look at Super Tech guy. Yeah. Sid was like, more devices. That's how we'll fix this. No, so paintbrush. That's what we need. Bit of water. Jose, can you see by the dawn's early light? Dun, 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 dun. We won't start that, but used to play every day on the dot of noon at the summer camp I used to work at on the radio station. You'd start to crave it after a while. You knew it was coming. I want me to accept this imaginary shark. I want for me this and everything before this, the accept imaginary shark. I'm confused. I'm confused at what the imaginary shark is, where it's coming from, and why we're saying it. Let me just think here for a second. There was something I needed to get, and I forgot what it was. Hopefully it comes back to me. Hopefully it comes back to me. Baby, come back to me. I should have never set you free. Baby, come back to me. Dum 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 dum. Baby, come back. Da 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 da. La da 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 dee. La da 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 dee. Boom 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 boom. Baby, come back. There we go. And then these little crochets down there. Scoop. Perfect. Just through there, down there. Still on those reds. We will get onto the blues. The blues are slightly darker hue than the reds, and that's okay. Da da dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, dum dum ba da dum. So the cleft again, just coming in here. go. And then coming down here. Fantastic. My favourite little painter. Hello, Gabriel. Is this Abraham Lincoln painting for sale? If so, how much? That's a great question. We're a long way from finished though, and once it's finished, there'll be questions around the frame that goes on it and things like that. So I'm not sure how long we'll have to spend on this one at this stage. But if you're interested, reach out via the link in the bio, email or Instagram, and I'll be in touch with a better estimate once we get closer to completion. And plus, it might get close to complete, and you'll be like, ooh, no, I hate it. Which is entirely fair enough as well. Is that blood? No, it's just red paint. It's just red paint. And it will come into much more context once we add on the blue. Because we have Abe Lincoln in red, white, and blue. Which I like. That's cool, Cole. Cole, I'll lose your contact here on the live feed. So the best thing to do is to contact me via the link in my bio, email, which is just sidgower@gmail, or whatever you prefer, Instagram, TikTok, it's all there for you. There we go. Step a little bit this through there. So these little marks coming down here. There we go. Perfect. Comes down there. What's wrong with your Wi-Fi, Robert? I am not sure. You are more than welcome, Cole. Thank you very much for watching today. Being a part of what's going on. Fun to have you here. There we go. And around this eye, there's going to be a little bit here. A little bit here. Yeah, obviously, Cole, the big thing too is just to watch and see how it progresses, because sometimes a certain stage of the painting may suit you, but the whole painting is not for you. And that's okay. That's totally a okay place to be. There we go. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now, let's grab this here. How does this look up close? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. The reds here are pretty potent. There's a few reds around that ear. We'll grab those. Then, just up around here. They're just out of your sight, but I can see them. There we go. And then encroach down here, and then up into this part. Perfect. Larry, how you doing, Larry? Larry, if you'd like it, please reach out via the link in my bio, because I will lose your name in this chat. But link in the bio, and once it's closer to finished, we can make a plan. I like gallery because this property. I can't quite understand that, but I'm excited. Here we go. Right, next colour. This is going to be one of the hardest hitting colours of the entire painting. It's going to completely change the way the painting looks. What's going to happen is it's going to add blue in. And the blue we add in is going to, at the moment we have this quite almost fiery and contrasting version of Abe. Blue's going to come in there and make it very, very American. I'd love to see more. Perfect, Larry. And obviously watch this happen, because like I was saying to Cole before, was it Cole? I think it was Cole. I get confused. Cole before, these things change drastically between the layers, and so what you love at one stage might not be like, it's like when you have a high school crush and then you meet them in your 30s or 40s and you're like, I don't know what I saw in you, but like actually at that stage of your life they were what you loved, and then later on that changes. This sort of thing happens. Painting layers are no different. Alright, now, let's get some blue in here. Are we going to swap to a smaller brush to do the blues though? No. We'll put the blues on, and then as we go into our different shades and tints, we'll tone back one colour at a time. Yeah, Cole, I gotcha. I scrolled up and saw Cole, so I got looped in. I got looped in, and we were all good. There we go. So these blues, apart from when we added the pinks in, these blues will have the most punch. They'll really stand out on this canvas. We just have to make sure we're very honest about where we put them. There's this temptation just to put them everywhere. Similar to where we put all the reds, but they can't go in the same place. They have to go into their own space, which is in the slightly darker areas that the reds may have missed. Pardon me. There we go. That comes down to there. That comes in there. Woo-wee. And if, okay, my friend, you want to cut me in, I want to tell you, friend, it just won't happen. So thanks, but no, I think I'm good to go. I quite enjoy the life you say I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, oh yes I really do. You're onto something, really it's something. I live among the swells, we don't pick up peanut shells. I'm gonna leave that up to you. See, comparing art layers to school crushes. Yeah, but it's true though, isn't it, Cheryl? Like, you'll see some of my paintings where you really like one layer, and then the next layer you're like, don't like where that went. But like, I still like it, but it's like, it's not the same. And then maybe that'll change again. Sometimes silently, I'll have a painting where after I put a layer on it, I'm like, it actually it's less in my mind to where we started. It was healthy, we had to do that layer, but it's not as good as it was before the layer went on. There we go. Proposing to, oh jeepers. Oh dear. New Zealander paints a picture of Abraham Lincoln and proposes to it on live stream. Here we go. Abe's still yet to respond. Waiting for updates. There we go. Don't you wanna get away from your same old posh you gonna play, 'cause I got what you need and I don't need to take a ride. Happen to the other side. To the other side. Welcome to the other. Boom. Dum 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 dum. Loompa doompa doompa. Loom dibba dum fa doom. 111. Who's going 111? Maybe your keyboard's broken. That's okay too. I get it. You know, times are tough. No time to get the keyboard fixed. Jump into a chat room, try and hang out with some people. It accidentally pushes the one button 3 times and now it's awkward. I understand it. Wait, what song is this and why is it? Oh, it's because you've heard me sing it a million times, Victoria. It's The Other Side from The Greatest Showman, where Zac Efron is singing with Hugh Jackman. He's like, so thanks, but no, I think I'm good to go. I quite enjoy the life you say I'm trapped in. Now I inspire you. Now I admire you. Oh yes, I really do. You're onto something. Really, it's something. I live among the swells. We don't pick up peanut shells. I'll have to leave that up to you. And then like, who's that? Hugh Jackman comes in there. He's like, what is that? Is this really how you want to spend your days? Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know the words. Pretending like I do, masquerading like I know the words to that song. How dare I? It's got backstories around. Yeah. I think there's some people out there somewhere in the world though, Victoria, where I'm yarning. I make up an entire backstory for a comment they make, and they just clocked onto the stream for 15 seconds, fired a comment, and this random person on the other side of the world lays out their entire their entire like week or life story behind what led them to make that 5-word comment. And they're just in complete confusion as to how I did it, without realising I'm doing it to every single person who logs on here. Oh, ah. Bing, ba, 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 boom. Ba, da, ba, ba. I'm just going to boil the jug, guys. Come on back, grab our darker blues, and then we're going to add those in. So another shade of blue and another shade of red is our next stage, and we're going to get some blacks in there. Some deep dark blacks are what we need. Deep dark blacks. So as we keep adding on paint and growing out certain areas, some things will start to stick out. Like here on the face, you'll notice there's like an upward inflection over in this corner, and that's because the darkness here needs to situate itself down a little bit further. We can get that. Tempted to leave an out of context comment so you can make, Jesus, Victoria. Yeah, possibly. We will come in with some, will it be blacks? It's not actually perfect black, to be fair. It's more like blacks were probably a bit intense to start with. I reckon we'll get away in a few of these areas with a purple. But that being said, we've now used, where did I put them? There we go, 2 more colours. So we're down onto our 7. 7, we've got, what was it, 16? 16 colours, so we've got 9 more to go. So we have to be quite strategic about this, because we don't want to get caught in an awkward corner where we can't actually get all the tones that we want, and then we have to mix, which in my mind, if we mixed a bunch of colours on the canvas, that would be cheating, because it's like saying, I didn't use green, I just used a mixture of the red and the blue that I said I was going to use. You know, it's different tones, different hues, so raw colours, 16, that's the plan. Oh yes, go for gold. Good luck with the move, Cheryl. All the best, and thanks for joining in. Abraham Lincoln. Have a good one. Right, okay, so next colour, what's it gonna be? I will do our darker blues, darker reds. That's the next 2. Right, so that's the aquamarine blue, French aquamarine. That's not what this colour is, it's cobalt. Yeah, there's the Frenchie. It's over here. Is that how you want to spend your days? Dun, 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 dun. That's fine with me. There we go. Just a little nugget, because this is quite a dark colour, so we don't want to overdo that. And then I think we can go as far as to say this is a bit of naphtha crimson. It's pretty aggressive. We'll do it, but it's probably too aggressive. We'll find out. This is very similar to the other red we just put on. The other red's closer to vermilion. This is more intense. Are you drawing a panel? Hello, Jacob. How are we doing? Good to have you here, by the way. Could see you throwing on some yellow, to be honest. The temptation to do it is right here, but we will hold fire. We will hold fire, because if we throw yellow on it, I was going for that, like, not American, well, American. That's it, pull that out. There we go, that. And then I need to come in here. Makona. Number 5, medium. Come back, resume live, reset the Wi-Fi. Oh, lordy. Are we going to be able to come back is the question. Is this how you want to spend your days? Whiskey you do. Are we back? I think we're back. It was worth it. Yeah, we're back. Alright. I don't know what happened. This is a scary old world out there. But anyway. I lost you for a moment. For a minute, the world looks green and blue. Maybe it wasn't the Wi-Fi after all, maybe it was just me glitching out. Alright. Oh, we're going to put a little... Yeah. I wonder if I can do a little thing like this real quick. This is what I want. Let's go like this. Is that too intense? That's a little bit intense actually. Lower third. Lower third slaps, but that's not a timer. This one here, countdown timer, is going to give me other options. Or does it have to be big and obnoxious? Oh, there we go, that's what we want. And in transparency, none. Perfect. Oh wait, 1 minute. Oh my god, Sid, you're an idiot. There we go. No, I'm not an idiot, but you know what I mean. There we go. And timer. There we go. Go like that. There we go. Ah, can I have a little bit of a sit down? How about this? People are going to be confused on YouTube because they haven't got a timer, but you guys get a timer, which is pretty fun. So, thanks, Vernon. I always appreciate you popping in here and giving a cowboy hat, especially when I'm sipping on a black coffee in a rodeo-style shirt. Oh, pretty fun. Oh, good click there. Right. Adds 10 minutes to what? Oh, yeah, that's subathon. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. But let me just get a few little sips of this. A few little sips. And then we'll add on the extra colours. And this is a great, what's in the mug? Black coffee, which is why the cowboy hat was so appropriate. Instant black coffee. It's Moccona No. 5 medium dark roast. So, Michael. The reason I don't wear painter's robes, I hate wearing a apron or like robes because I feel like when you do that, you sort of already consign yourself to failure, that you're going to make a mistake. It is a funky little mug design. I like it. It's Shelby's one, and it actually measures a perfect 250, so it works as a scooping cup as well for like rice or quinoa and things. Pretty fun. But if you wear dress clothes, you paint a bit smarter. If you're going to be chaotic on the canvas, it's great to have control everywhere else. So I try and control the paint everywhere else other than the canvas. And that's my little way of relinquishing this. And cheers, Michael. And not, no, it's a little timer that means that I can end up yarning for too long. So the timer's there, so I don't go, oh, and look at that, it's 3 p.m. and I haven't done any painting. It's like, take five. He's an artist, but he's allowed smoko. Well, not smoko, because you know that's cigarettes inside, but you know what I mean. Creators did a timer to their live to get more creators and help support. Oh, thanks, Sam. Sam gets it. And obviously every one of the guys, ladies, everyone who subscribes, I love you guys to bits. Your support is absolutely incredible, and it's actually support like that that allows me to spend time running off on projects like this and just fun, different stuff. Because you know there's a few extra cents to put bread on the table. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I appreciate you to the end of the planet. I really, really do. So every cent helps, especially as an artist. But look, everyone who goes on and buys one of the prints, everyone who gets involved by subscribing, everyone who orders originals, you're absolute champions because you make this possible, and I'm over them. I couldn't be happier. Absolutely couldn't be happier. Good morning, Nerdy Turkey. Great name, and good morning. You mentioned the cowboy painting earlier, right? Yes, that's coming up. Two cowboys is what it's called. One cowboy's on a horse, got a ranch in the background, and the other cowboy standing beside him, both holding guns. Bit of a funky one. It's a little bit abstract right now. It also wants to get a bit more paint on it before we put a glass coat on top of it to build up some layering. Steve, if you're still here, the layering effect we're going to go for in the Cowboys is going to be very, very similar to the layering effect that we did on Aboriginal, where you can see through the paint. Oh, thanks, Vernon. I keep looking away when the cowboy hat comes on, but anyway, 48 seconds. Oh my God, time flies. Good morning, we share the same name. Well, Rainbow Unicorn Sparkles. I appreciate that. It's a great name. It's a mouthful to try and say on the phone between cultures because it's a lot of slurring words. The gift said, talking of cowboys. That's cool, Tanya. I missed that. Roasted are my favourite flavours. Alright. I do like roasted as well. Roasted potatoes, that's my go. Cut them up into small little bits, a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, roast them in the oven, and then tomato sauce, and you dip them in it. They're like, it's just so good. Fresh potatoes for that. That's the winner. That is the winner. A.T. Moss Utulti. I am in New Zealand. It's good. It's good. He ignored, I'm sure you read it. I definitely missed it. I'm very sorry. Parmesan roasted potatoes. I like your style. Right. Time is out. We're into it. I try not to ignore anyone's comments, sorry guys, but unless it's rude, then I won't read it out because that's just not being very inclusive. But even if it's mean though, I will read it out because, if one person says it, 10 people are thinking it. Roast, sorry, my English is 30 language. I like your style. Alright. Get your chair out of here, Sid. Alright, now we're going to do the next stage. Let's come in here. Let's kick off with these reds, soft reds. Slightly more punchy. You might spot them. They're going to have a little bit more lift in them, a little bit more intensity, that scarlet nature in them than the other more vermilion reds. They'll have more of a blood colour to them. Now the reason why I hell love doing this in abundance over the whole surface, I'm watching you live from the other side of the earth. I live in Albania. Have you heard of it? I have, and it's very, very exciting to have you here. I'm from New Zealand. I appreciate how crazy it is that technology can connect people from anywhere, all around the world, in one spot like this. I think it's very, very cool that we get to do that. Combine with other cultures, learn from other cultures, just be around other cultures and be accepting in a very wholesome, fun way. So thank you for accepting me, if you are. That's very much appreciated from the other side of the world. Lincoln in Dali Vision vibes. Yeah, I can see that. 2 studs. To whom do I owe the pleasure? Normally you're not around for this long. It's an absolute thrill. It must be late where you are. You must have finished on the farm. Sat down with a glass of rosé and thought, you know what I'm going to do with the rest of the day? These late hours, I'm going to watch some Sebastian Gower paint Abraham Lincoln. That's what I want. There we go. And you know what? I'm back that 100%. 9:30, perfect. So it's dark, so the pets are out of the question. The farm animals are out of the question. And you're just stuck with me. Stuck with me, the new Monopoly game on the App Store, and a Netflix movie which seems to have more filler scenes in it than actual plot. Don't worry, I know the vibe. I get sick of that, guys. I feel like there should be 2 shows on Netflix for every. I feel like an idiot. English is my 3rd language. I only hear well. You're doing great. Don't you worry about a thing. I feel like Netflix should have a 2nd show each time. The long format version and the short format version. And the long format version has all the extra filler scenes, side quests and nonsensical stuff. And the non-filler one gets like 10 episodes and condenses it down into 2, where every scene's relevant, to the plot, and there's no filler whatsoever. It's all high budget, and both done. And one's just a cut version of the other one. I'm off to dinner. See you later, Victoria. Thanks for joining in, by the way, Vic, and it's good to see you again. It's been a while, and that's my fault. And that's my fault. Art Attack is back. There we go. Put a bit of that in there. And a bit of that in there. Are you drawing? Is that your grandpa? Yes. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Abraham Lincoln's my great-great-grandpa. What an absolute twist that would be. Turns out the guy who paints live on TikTok, his great-grandfather's Abraham Lincoln. Who, in his dying words on his deathbed, mentioned that he wanted a New Zealand painter to one day paint on a social media platform. And he endorsed that for his great-great-great-great-grandson, who he was drawing. Well, oh, thanks, Carl. Alright, so just keep locking in some more of this intensity in the colour. There we go. There we go. And it encroaches down there, snipes in there, snipes up there. More red. There we are. And up there. Now we're talking to it. Coming down these sides. How do you not get paint on you? It's a trick. It goes everywhere. Paint always goes everywhere, but you can do your best to control it. The shirt is already covered in paint, guys, so don't let this shirt fool you. In terms of the... don't let this painting fool you in terms of this painting not getting paint on the floor or me. I just try and make sure it's as controlled as possible. You did some painting today? That's good. Right. Aquamarine blue. French aquamarine blue. It's dark. There we go. We're going to add this in a few spots. It's going to have that intensity that we're after. You notice immediately as I go into this eye here, pulls it down. Down comes the eye. It's lower. There we go. You can encroach down there. Open up this phase down here. Coming all the way down here. There we go. Around the mouth. And then on his beard here. There we go. I know digital art made it hard for fun. Alright, that's fun. That is fun. It's the Jurassic Park theme song. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Made a video of it and posted it on TikTok. Look at you go. You artist techno whiz. You've done all the things required. That's a good thing we're doing. Check it out. And then in comes the brand pitch. I like it. I like the tenacity. Unfortunately, if I was to do so, I would be logging off all of this stuff. So look at it. Came across this live random, but I'm here for this Abraham Lincoln art. Thanks, April. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're liking the Abraham Lincoln art. Alright, this brush is done, 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 done. It is done. Put that one down there. I'm going to go for a smaller brush now. Something with a bit more tact. We can do those closer up wrinkles and things like that. Let me see here. Let me see here. What's it going to be? It's going to be a couple of brushes to choose from. I like them all, to be honest. Another collection of brushes I brought upstairs. Where did I put those? I like a whole handful of them. What did I do with them? All my best brushes. Oh, this one. Oh, is that one good? Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. It's too hard. This one here is perfect. This one here is perfect. Here we go. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. You dig your paint in the background? Cheers, Kyle. That's still in the making. I need to put a coat on that. That's one of the jobs I've got for today. But I haven't done it yet. There we go. We're going to sneak out through here. Now we're talking to it. Father of many, father of none, sadly. At this stage, anyway. One of them might change. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-ba-da-bing-ba-boom. There we go, coming down here. That's that line for the face. And that comes through there. That comes through there. And that comes in there. I'm talking about meaning of photograph. Abraham Lincoln's meaning. I liked his face. Keep it plain and simple. I liked his face. He's a very compelling looking man. And I wanted to capture it in colour. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. Out here doing it. It's like Mitre 10 slogan. And we're doing quite well, actually. And it's gone in the right direction. It's not a guarantee it'll continue to go in the right direction, but it's definitely started on the right track. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Why is Abraham Lincoln... Jesus, Kyle, I've got no idea. It's a big question. Thoughts on watercolour? I love watercolour. Don't get me wrong. I love watercolour. Watercolour's fun. But I like the thickness of acrylic paints. There's something about them, the way they land, where you can add different mediums through them, create with them. Watercolours are special, but they have this element of thinness to them. I like the intensity, the raw nature of acrylics. The same way I like oils, but you can suddenly turn on a dime with acrylics. You can't do that with other paints. I want this to happen, I want that to happen, you know what I mean? There we go. Are we almost out of time, are we? Boom, 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 boom. Oh no, we ran out of time. I'm going to keep going for a little longer though. I'll subscribe to myself. And I'm going to be back to later on in the day. I've got to, because he was innocent. That's a good one. I'm telling Shelby that when she gets home. That's very funny. Well done. You got me good. I thought you were going to give me this big political speech about why I belonged in jail. I'm just like, no, I don't want it. And then, because he was innocent. That's very funny. All right. What about oils? I love oils. Much more pungent, but look, they're great. They're great. They have some incredible effects you can do with them. Is there a hue you gravitate towards? I like warm. Warm's quite fun. You need cold in there too, otherwise the warm becomes too much. But with warm hues, you can create more happiness and joy. So, A+ to warm hues. That's enough of this now. That's good. That's fine there. God, Victoria was still here, I have to tell her, but I'm getting a hankering, absolute hankering, to throw some yellow at this. I'm not going to do it, but man, it's there. Where do you list your paintings? Hey Vizian, how you doing? Vizian, at the moment, the studio is completely sold out. I know. It's like a builder without any tools. I've got no art available. There's prints available via my link in my bio, and there's merchandise inbound, and commissions are available with a 20-day lead time. But apart from that, there is no originals available, and in the near future, there will be. But right now, nothing. I have finished Alexander. Apart from that, there is no originals available, and in the near future, there will be. But right now, nothing. I have finished Alexander, but I've finished the painting for Alexander, but it needs to be framed and UV coated and hung and things. So there's lots of little steps you've got to do. There's finishing a painting, and then there's finishing the art itself. So the painting itself can be done, but then you need the frame on it to be perfect, to be sized right, the UV coat so it doesn't deteriorate over time, the hanging mechanism to hang straight, blah 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 blah. All these little pieces, and once you get all of those, then you're all good. So let's have a look see at this. We're on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colours. We've got another 7 to go. With 7 more colours in Abe Lincoln, then we will reach 16 colours, and we will have our completed picture. Because he is the 16th president. That is why we are using 16 colours. No more, no less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I say 7 colours? I've used 9, 7 more colours. Yeah, okay. I'm just doing a bit of planning right now to make sure I don't get caught in a corner without the actual shades I want, which would be a disaster. Okay, here we go. Use not that one. We'll use that one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got my last 4 colours. As dropping out intermittently, I can't quite figure out what's doing it. But look, let me not help at all and go grab a plate to paint with. 1 second. Oh, 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 oh. I'm bringing the chair back. It's not Smoko, I know, but I just need a little stool to sit on. We're going for 2 little miniature plates because as we've done our big detail, now we're on to the small detail. The colours will still have punch to them, but they won't be covering large areas of the painting. So that's okay, and our little technique here is going to be to get our red ones on one palette, our blue ones on the other palette, and then our finishing colours, our finale. I'm saying finale weird, that's what I'm trying to do. Our finale is going to be the colours of silver and bada bing bong bong titanium. Titanium white is going to be our final colour that goes onto the painting to do its final highlights. It's pretty exciting if you ask me. I think that's a cool colour to finish on. Right, there we go. So, sorry, I should tell you what these colours are. This one here is a word I can't pronounce, but it's basically a red violet. It's a purple with more of a reddish tinge to it. This one here is a cobalt turquoise light. So it's like regular turquoise with a slightly less powerful pigment, and that means that they can, because I'm not doing the whole picture in turquoise, I don't need the tube that costs $50 per 80 mils. I can get the one that costs $25. If I was doing a whole turquoise painting though, I'd have to get a good one. Tube, cap still on it, that's exciting. There we go. Bang. Not too much of it. Oh, a little bit more though. There we go. There we go. And that's what's going to link in our first layer, which is our white gesso coat, with our final layer, which is white. So the paint's all in between, like a sandwich of white, which is what we want. And then silver, we're going to really make that transparent, but it's going to pop. Quick count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16th president, 16 colours. These last 2 plates is everything we need. Maybe the composition of pigments changed, but I don't know. Abraham Lincoln was the greatest. This is correct. He's a lovely gentleman, and pigments do change in all sorts of situations. Whether it's temperature, whether it's wind, whether it's the things you mix into it, whether it's water, whether it's the surface you put it on. The colour can drastically change. The only way you can control that process or understand it is lean into it and learn. Here we go. There we go. Now we're going to start with one tray first, which is going to be, we're going to start with our reds, move on to our remaining blue, Studio North, the last one, which is quite a fun place to be, by the beach. But as you've been hearing, intermittent showers have been coming through, and so it's not the day for painting outside. I know I've said that 10, 20 times now, but for some reason the weather just wants me inside the studio. For some bizarre, unbeknown reason to me. There we go. I'm going to branch this down here. There we go. And this comes in here. Don't be afraid to do big expressive strokes. If they're correct, they belong. There we go. Perfect. Hello, Desan. Oh, hello. Well done. Righty, tighty. Do. Hello, do. Ba-da-da-dum-bum-bum-bum. So this is as close to black as the blue was, with the poppiness of its colour. There we go. Beautiful. There we are. Then we're going to come up here. There we go. And then up in here. And this is going to soften some of those blacks too. It's going to make the overall picture more approachable. Here we go. Thanks, Jay Smith. There we go. And that sort of crinkles down there into a wrinkle. Crinkle. There we go. There we go. And that laps up over there. Fantastic. What's happening down here? Crouches down there a teeny bit. Comes out here. Boots there twice. Goes there. And then we have down here. Oh, do we have down here? Oh, yes we do. There we go. And that can come down through there. Down through there, down through there, down through there, down through here. Everywhere. Still allow that head to collapse in the space the way it does in this photo. Perfect. And then come over into this corner here. Perfect. What's my favourite colour? If you do a painting of Taylor Swift, it would be sold. Cheers, Marco. That's pretty funny. I actually got requested for a commission of Taylor Swift, which was pretty funny. It didn't end up coming off the ground, but the idea was there, and I found that very entertaining. I know I'd be listening to while I painted it. Now you're on the phone with your boyfriend, he's upset, he's going up about something that you said, but he doesn't get your humor like I do. Boom, boom, boom. You're in the room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm listening to the kind of music he doesn't like, but he'll do. He wears short skirt down there, t-shirt, that man down on the breeches. I don't know the words. Dreaming about the day that you'll wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time, and that'll be that I'm the one that understands you. Being bound. I don't know. It's my song. Purple, the aura. Si, si, senor. Here we go. So bring this vermilion. This is as close as we're going to get to yellow. And dabble with this in the beard here. Fiery goodness. Fiery brimstone, baby. And add some life into the beard. Slightly outlandish colour. That's just a bit of fun. Bit of looseness. Toity. Can't just see that I'm the one that understands you. Been around the bone now, can't you see? How many people do you mod for? I saw you mod Conji. How dare you, Jay Smith? Cheating on me. It's like you weren't live enough. It wasn't satisfying my live needs. I had to find another. I'm like, Jay Smith, don't do it. Hello, Apollo. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Yep, there you go. Cold Heart, such a good song. Yep. Or that girl from the TV show Wednesday. She's pretty cool. She does that dance pretty well. She's a great example in Wednesday of how she's so weird, but everyone gets on board with her. Why? Because it's a person, she's just you doing you. And we can all really get behind someone who's doing them in a really wholesome way. So, I got time for Wednesday. There we go, that colour's done. Now we've got 5 colours left. 11 colours, we've broken the double digits mark. She's whereby I love her. Yes, good place to be. We've broken the double digits mark. We're on to our last, bada bing bong bong. Our last colours. We've got 3 different shades of blue to add into this painting. And after the 3 shades of blue, we then have our white and silver. So, kicking off with the lightest of the 3 shades, our turquoise. Possibly the most outlandish of all our blue shades, but very, very important. Here we go. You'll see this eye really stands on its own. I can't pronounce that. You have a voice, but painting is the best choice. Yeah, no, look, singing's not my bag, baby, but I love to sing. It's a way of expressing yourself, and I think everyone should do it. I think everyone should sing. Use your voice. Spread a bit of love into the world. There we go. I think singers also gatekeep singing the same way us artists gatekeep art. Oh, you need natural talent, you need training, you need this, you need that. You need anything but what you've got to do this. That's why I'm allowed to do it, and you're not. If you ever hear anything like that, that's a huge red flag, and usually a massive lie. With art, dancing, singing, there is no gatekeeping to be done here. This is emotional expression, and when you want to do it, you are more than welcome to do it. And do not seek the permission of someone who seems like they know how to do it, who says that you shouldn't do it until you're as good as they are. Like, they'll just keep moving the bar on you as well. You'll never be enough. So do it right now and stop using them. And stop letting them stop you. Yeah, that's the same. Stop letting them stop you. That's how I feel. There we go. Let's get that in there. That in there. Just be very careful as this painting gets wetter that we don't allow these painting colours to actually cross and mix in a way which is not constructive. There we go. And they can come across here. And then this can come in here. Ooh. Ah. Boom. There we go. That gets filled in there. Perfect. Seb, are you a Swiftie? Do I like Taylor Swift? I mean, I do like Taylor Swift. But I don't like the fact that it's become like you're a Taylor Swiftie or you're not. I think you're allowed to just like things. I like your music. I think everyone likes your music, but I think some people spit the dummy when you make them join a club. They're like, don't force me into this group that I haven't heard about. Let me be me. And I agree with that. I agree with that. There we go. And that comes in there. Perfect. Let's get a bit more turquoise just up in here. Just up in here. Here we go. Just rifting up here a little bit. There we go. Now, next colour. Cobalt blue. We're on to our last 4 colours. This one's going to be quite a quick one. That comes out there. There we go. That comes through there. And up through here. I graduated from Lincoln Memorial University. They would love this in the Lincoln Museum. That's fun. That is fun. There we go. Splash that around. Dive down here. Down here. And down here. There we go. A little bit more. Just there. And a little bit in here. The beard. This is where this colour wants to thrive. There we go. And a little bit more there. Whoop. In this corner here, yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then, lucky last of our pigmented colours before we move on to, well, our main pigmented colours before we move on to our finale. Good old Abe, great job, man. Thank you, appreciate that. And I can literally see his life in his eyes. That's why I cry. I can't go to art shows. I feel that, Brandy. That's a thing. And that's pretty cool to feel that connection towards paintings, because some people be very, very jealous of how you can connect on that level. And like, it's not a weird thing either, guys, because think about it in terms of music. Some people literally feel and see music. It grows them and manipulates them in such incredible ways. And in the same way, paintings, art have the same effect on people. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There we go. A little more up here. Wasn't he like the tallest person? I think he was really tall. I think that's correct, Jay Smith. I forget though. I think he was a tall dude. Right. Now we're going to get out our silver. A little bit of silver, a little bit of gold, a little bit of everything. Don't foam. Oh, I'm glad Lincoln approves. Did you ask him? I appreciate that. Here we go. Ooh. Ah. Ooh, 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 ah. Right. This colour here. rose colour. There we go. There we go. Get a cut in there in a few spots. And when you come over here, you see now that we have these lighter colours, we can start actually pushing into those darker colours again. Pushing them back and showing them they actually know. You stay back. Some of this belongs to these light shades. There we go. I paint portraits of people live as well. I have done. It depends why you want the portrait though, is a big thing. Because if you want the portrait just because you want a picture of yourself, cameras slap. But if you wanted a portrait because you want to see an artist's expression of you, that's very different, because that's actually really, really compelling. Great reason to get a painting done. But if it's a likeness experiment, remember there's cameras now, and they can do a really, really good job. But if you think that actually you want to capture yourself in a picture that actually also includes your feeling, your essence, something that makes you special, something unique about you, and you feel like the artist can get that, now we're looking at something quite unique and a very compelling reason to get a painting. But that's less about trying to find the right art, it's more about trying to find the right artist, because what you're looking for is someone who can see you and connect with you in a way that they can express you. Yeah. So that's a tough journey to go on, artist and client. To find a client who you feel like you can express, and an artist who you feel like can do the expressing. This is challenging on two levels. Right. Last but not least, we're on to our next colores. This is our white. What's white going to do? It's going to embellish some areas, but most of all, it's going to push some black areas back. The last little bit of definition of constructing Abe's face. Let's have a look see here. Where is the white going to land? Let's get it all nice and mixed in. Get it mixed in here so it flows nicely. That's what I want. A nice flowing white. Ooh. A bing ba ba da ba boom ba ba da ba bing ba ba da boom ba ba da ba. Right. Let's get this up in here. And you'll start to notice how the white carries more punch than anything else that would put on in the light colour area. And all of a sudden you think, jeepers creepers. There actually was some shades happening in those other tones. And suddenly this white packs a punch. And that's what we want it to do. It's going to activate these spaces. There we go. Ooh. What's that flick there for? That's that. So that comes down there. Cool. And they can flick in there. More white coming down through here. Perfect. On this cheek here. There we go. What are you going to do with the painting once you're done? Well, a couple of things you can do with it. There's a framing process. It needs to sit for a while though, because it's quite a rapid one. I have to make sure that actually, yes, this does capture Abe in the way that I want to see Abe captured. And we may do a few, since we can do them quite fast. Different colour palettes, different styles. And then you can compare them in a line and see all the different ways which you can express the same face, which is pretty wild. Here we go. It goes in there like that. And this one comes through here like this. There we go. beautiful. But the short answer there is I don't really know. We'll see where this goes. Oh no! Hold on. Ooh. Da-da. That's annoying. My little poor guys on YouTube. Sorry guys. My volume thing ran out of batteries. And now my poor team on YouTube has had silence. I'm so sorry. And there's a comment there saying, hey, volume's not working. And I was just, I can't hear you. There we go. There we are, up and around there. Fantastic. And coming down here. And a little bit in here, but not a whole lot. Whiskers, if anything. Perfect. Yellow. Capture that. Perfect. And that is our picture of Abraham Lincoln. Now, if you missed it at the start, that is okay. That is okay. What you saw, let me spin this around so you guys can see it. How's that? Is that facing you? Is that facing you guys? Let's get that out of the way. There we go. And then we'll stand it up a little bit. There we go. So it's straight up and down. Is that right? There we go, that's right. Cool, 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 cool. Right, and then I can grab my seat. Alrighty. Bring the seat in here. Pwah. Grab this mug here. Alrighty. Alrighty, tighty. Pow. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln. So this is our face. Started with blacks, moved in with our pinks, went across from there into Pacific blues, dived from that into two deeper colours of red and blue. That was our, what was that called? It's a special name for the red. It was aquamarine blues, and this is pyrothol red. And then we went from those two colours, which are our deeper versions of it, into our aquamarine, pastel aquamarine and pastel violet, and we also did pastel coral as well. Pastel coral did the most work. When you see those, you can't see a whole lot of contrast. You can see contrast, but not as it swaps into the white, not as aggressively as you should. That's the pastel aquamarines, aqua corals, and aqua violets that are having that effect. And then from there, we had little touch points. That was our turquoise, that was our, what do you call it, the rich red gold, that was our red violet, that was our cobalt blue, that was our, there's one other blue there too, what was that called? Not the French aquamarine, cerulean blue, that's the one I forgot the name of. And then once we hammered all those on there, along with that, naphthol crimson, very small amount of that, and then we went in with a silver, and then we went for the final 16th colour, white, well, pigment, white. Yeah, one day. Let me see my pick, go for gold, Robert. Anyway, so here is this picture here. So we did 16 colours, because he's the 16th president, it's kind of fun. And it wants to be quick and it wants to be wild. And it is that. So our hands back in, this is where we want it. And the reason we do these sort of fun experimental ones is to get the hand in the right place. So when you start working on the commissions, you're not experimenting or learning in your hand, you're already fire. So that means you're going on to touch the commissions exactly as you should be. Beautiful picture. If you did want to critique it, what's missing? Where's the mistake? Let me just have a look for a mistake. Something that sticks out to me. Probably this whole part of the face here. No, that's all right. The air's a mistake. The air's a mistake. The reason the air's a mistake is, cheers, Steve. The reason the air's a mistake is just behind the picture the whole time. So when it was behind the picture, we didn't spot it all the time to add all the shades there. So if you look at the air in the shot, it's probably got the least detail. It's made up of just a little bit of turquoise, a little bit of red, a little bit of cerulean blue, white, and black. It doesn't have those other 7 shades that have embodied the beard here. So there's that. Anyway, I have been given a shopping list. So I need to go buy some eggs and whatnot and make sure they're in the fridge. So I will pause here, but my hand is in the right place. So now that my hands are in, I will be back tonight, and that will be fantastic. So Steve, we've got your 2 Cowboys picture, which will be starting today, but it'll be later on in the day. So hopefully, if the weather clears up, I can do it outside. It'll be fantastic. Don't worry, him was a sad, depressed man, but a good man. For a second now, I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, how does he know? Anyway, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to do this little fun experiment with you, and we're going to have a bada bing bang boom another session tonight, probably around the starting around the 4:30, 5 o'clock mark New Zealand time. Champion Steve, and don't worry, Steve, if you miss it as well, totally fine, because I'll have it going on YouTube and TikTok simultaneously, which will mean a replay will always be available on YouTube. Apart from that, guys, you're all champions, wherever you are in the world, whether it's day, whether it's the middle of the night, whenever. I hope you're looking after yourself. And yeah, look, I know it sounds cheesy, but just find a reason to be happy today. I don't know why, but I got out of bed and nothing was great, like nothing was exceptional. The sleep wasn't exceptional, the coffee wasn't exceptional, the walk on the beach was okay. Like, nothing was mind-blowingly good, but for some reason, I was in a really good mood. Maybe I had some vitamin C, maybe that's what I needed, but I feel really good. And the way the paint strokes are landing, this is testament to things going well as well. So I want to pass on that good energy on to you. I hope that you have a fantastic day with whatever you're doing, and I will see you when I see you. Champion. I the future, I'm your manager. Cool. I don't have a manager, but I'm excited about your attitude towards it, because it's a possibility. Anyway, cheers guys. I will catch you when I catch you. All the best. I am going to go buy the shopping list. Alright. Bye guys.